Hello YouTube, welcome back to this week's video. This is 2E0IQJ. This week's video I thought I'd give an update of what I'm currently working on the channel. Now this radio I've got here is the Tecsun 660 shortwave FM and airband receiver. And I'm waiting for some parts to come because we're going to build ourselves a portable shortwave antenna. Maybe 5 metres in length, maybe 10 metres in length. You just plug in the side, you can clip it onto a fence or a tree branch, something like that. And it should improve the reception from this stock antenna. So I'll build that, test it at some point, and hopefully it'll come up in a future video. I was hoping the parts would come last week so I could do it for this week's video, but they haven't turned up yet. So maybe, hopefully next week's video. We're going to try and build ourselves a shortwave antenna for this Tecsun 660. We'll just plug in the side. We should be good to go, receiving shortwave and amateur radio stations on the shortwave band. Now today I was going to go out and test the T2LT antenna, where have I put it? Down here. But in the UK it's been pouring with snow all day, so I wasn't able to go out and test it, and I was going to test it with this Featuretech antenna analyzer, the AW07A. See what the SWR is like on the antenna, and maybe at the top there I need to adjust it, but it'd be good to go out and about, test the T2LT antenna on the fishing pole and see if we can actually make any contacts. Yeah, nothing will be alright. Once the SWR has been adjusted, it's down nice and low, should be okay. Also want to get this radio programmed, and this is the Retivis RB618 portable handheld PMR radio. Still need to get this programmed up. I've got an old Windows laptop, because I don't think there is going to be much software for Linux that someone gave me years ago. Not going to do it off that one. That's running Windows Vista. Yeah, I know, Vista, visual improvement similar to Apple. Might have to downgrade that to XP just to see if I can get it working. But probably the headache I'm going to get is getting the COM port, the prolific cable working on Windows. On the Linux box, just there, just plug it in and away you go. No driver needed. But yeah, on Windows, you need a driver. Anyway, another thing I found that I want to try and get working on Linux, which would be interesting, so I can get it working, is this, the ICOM PCR 1000. None of this dongle rubbish, this is a proper SDR. Now that plugs in the back there to the serial port on your computer. Got your ground socket there, your power supply socket there, and the BNC plug. And this is 25, no actually no, it does all shortwave. So I think it's 150 kilohertz right the way up to 1.3 gigs. You can either have it coming out the speaker there, or there's an earphone socket at the back there, if you can see that. And that enables you to plug in a pair of speakers. On the front there's the power button. That used to be my main scanner for years and years and years, this did. With the internal antenna, I plugged it up, stuck it up on the wall, and I was able to receive all shortwave stations from all over. I was amazed by it. I can hear stations in Jerusalem, I can hear this is amazing. So yeah, we'll look at this at some point. Hopefully I can get it working on Linux, maybe on FL Digi or something. There's bound to be a program there. Need to get I've got a USB to COM port adapter, because the new machine I built hasn't got a serial port, I don't think, which isn't very good. So yeah, I know serial ports are out of date, but it'd be nice to have it on the system. And I've also found out some more about this. Last week I did a little review or overview of this one, and we did an on-air test. The PA button is not a public address, it's the power setting. You've got 15 watts, 5 watts, 2.5 watts and 0.5 watts. So I'll test that at some point. And the power button there, if you just tap it, it changes the screen brightness. Now I plugged this into my Macintosh and it worked flawlessly on the FT8 software. I was able to key the radio and all sorts, but I couldn't plug in the Miracle Whip into the side there because the power, the data cable was too long sticking out. So maybe I need to put an adapter on there. So I want to try this with the Miracle Whip, so we actually get anywhere on a Miracle Whip antenna. Did I waste some money on that Miracle Whip antenna? So far all I've done is receiver fit, not be able to make any contacts. So yeah, that's the PA switch, does the power, and that button there, the power button, changes the brightness of the screen. And I have had it decoding Morse code. I did have CQDX come out of it, and then all it was a load of T's and stuff. So I do need to play with that again at some point. But I've got 2 weeks off work, so hopefully get a chance to do some more playing with that software defined transceiver. Now before I go, if you haven't already checked it out, check out my library, lbry.tv, and my odyssey.com channels. You'll see stuff on there, well it's basically the same stuff as here as goes onto library and odyssey.com. If I become more popular on Odyssey or library, then I'll start uploading to library and Odyssey more than I will on YouTube. But every time I upload to YouTube, it goes on to Odyssey and the library.com channels. I'd like to say thank you very much for watching this video. Smash this bell button, subscription button to stay notified when I do new videos, which is usually every Monday. And hopefully Wednesday we do a Linux Wednesday. There we go, it's up on the screen there. My screensaver. Open source Linux Wednesdays, where we look at tips and tricks for Linux on a Wednesday. I will be looking at some point at Skyway Linux, or Skywave Linux, which is a Linux version designed for ham radio operators. It's got all the software installed, so yeah, that'd be interesting. Got a spare drive in this machine, got an NVMe, try on that, yeah. Right, anyway, I'm waffling too much now, so thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. 73s from 2E0 IQJ.